been lying up them X pills, now I'm flexing on my new skills, yeah, cause chip pills in my Yo, what's good guys? Before we get into the story, make sure to smash that like button and make sure to subscribe. So, this is one of those stories that I could have just easily avoided, so learn from my lessons, but before I ruin the story, sit back and stay tuned. So, this story takes place in 7th grade. Now before we get into the school part, let's start from the beginning. So I talked to my mom about getting me a JUUL. I'm sure y'all remember those things, but if you don't, like a JUUL is one of those little like stick things that has like pods of nicotine that you put in there. But anyways, my mom didn't want to get one. I was just being like super persistent and everything for a very long time, making up all this bullshit about like it helped me with my anxiety and all this other crap. And one day we go and get one, but like we couldn't find it at the first place. And I could tell that she really didn't want to get me one, but you know, I was just being a spoiled little brat and I knew I was getting what I wanted, so we finally find one. Yeah, so my dumbass walks in with my mom and we go to get one, and I'm telling her to get like the most perfect one, right? And the lady that's selling us to is just looking at us like we're crazy, right? Because I was only like 13, 14. So we get it, and I wait until we get to my uncle's to open it. So we get there, immediately I take it apart. And I start hitting it, and I'm coughing my ass off because I've never really smoked one of these before. And I'm letting my uncle's friends hit it and shit, and they're just like, oh, that's cool, hit this. And they hand me this big-ass box mod vape, and I hit it, no joke. I start tearing up. I was coughing so fucking hard. Yeah, so I'm thinking I'm super cool and everything, so I hit up my friend, the same friend that's in most of my videos, and we go to this ice skating rink, right? And I'm letting all my friends hit it and shit. So we get there and I'm hitting it while I'm skating and everything, thinking it's like no big deal, right? So this girl that like worked there walks up to me. She was probably around like 16, 17, and yeah, she skates up to me and tells me not to do it there, like I'm gonna get in trouble, and if she catches me again that she's gonna tell security. So I'm trying to keep it low key now, like I'm still hitting it in my hoodie because you know I never learn unless like something serious happens. But eventually my JUUL dies and everything, so this guy comes up to me, right, and he's like, hey bro, I heard that you need to charge your JUUL. And I was like, yeah. So I follow him to his locker, and like they had like these little lockers at this ice skating rink, right, like the same kinds you find at like Six Flags and shit. So we go to his locker and he plugs it in, right, and we go back to skating. Keep in mind, I didn't really know this dude at all. So I started looking for him after like an hour, I'd say, and I couldn't find him. So I walk out to see where he's at, and I can see the dude leaving. So I walk up to him like, yo, can I get my vape? And he's like, oh shit, my bad, and he hands it to me. Like, motherfucker, like, what you mean my bad? You trying to steal my shit, bro? Like, anyways, you'd think I'd learn from this lesson, right? Nah. So after the weekend is over and everything, I go to school and I'm hitting in about like all my classes, right? Didn't think I'd get caught yet. So I'm in my last class. Yes, my last fucking class. So I'm hitting it like in the back of the science class with this dude that was like one of my friends, and all of a sudden I have the urge to cough, right? And like I'm trying so hard to hold this in. Like if you've ever like coughed with vape smoke in your lungs, you know how it felt. So yeah, I'm trying to hold it in so hard, but you know, like eventually I felt like I just couldn't hold it in anymore. So I cough and just a fat ass cloud pours out, and my teacher sees this and is like, Kyler, come here. I'm like, shit. So I walk up to her and she asked me what that was. I'm like, what you mean? She's like, come on, Kyler, like I'm not stupid. And I'm like, alright, I'm sorry, it's a vape, it won't happen again. And she's like, okay, better not. And I think I'm all in the clear, right? So I turn around and go back to my desk, and she's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, going back to my desk. And she's like, no, you're not. Go to the office. I'm like, motherfucker. So I go down there just pissed off, right? And I sit down just hoping that the bell will ring, right? Because then I can just go on the bus and just like act like nothing happened, right? So, of course, the principal door opened, and they call me down there, and I walk in, and they're just like, alright, where's the vape? So I give it to them, and then they go, like, I go to tell them that, like, the same bullshit I told my mom, right? Like, that it helps me with my anxiety, that, like, it calms me down, and, like, it relieves stress, all this other bullshit. So, yeah, they don't buy it, right? So they just told me, like, look, you're too young for this. Like, you can't be vaping at a young age, and just ranting to me, right? And I'm just like, yeah, I know. And then he's just like, all right, look, sit down. I'm gonna be real with you for a little bit. And I was like, all right. So then he goes to tell me, like, come on, man, like, all right, I understand, right? Because, like, I started smoking at a young age and I regret it. And he's just like, I don't want to see you go down the same path that I did. I'm like, yeah, I understand. So can I get my JUUL back? And he's just like, hell no. I'm just like looking back at it. I'm like, well, how the fuck did I think I was gonna get my vape back? Like, honestly. But yeah, they call my aunt and my uncle comes and gets me. And yeah, I never seen that fucking vape again. I'll just say that much. So just to sum up this, you don't need a vape. Like, especially in elementary school, well, middle school. Just wait till you're like 18 or 21. I don't know the tobacco age. But anyways, I hope you liked this story. If you did, please smash that like button. It really means the world to me. And make sure to subscribe. Alright, peace. Hit him with the shit. Nah, his forehead is split. Quit, you're not fit for the game. I blame your mama, bitch ass maid. Yeah, I gotcha.